My name is Phil Anderson and I'm running for United States Senate to represent Wisconsin. Today's Memorial Day. You can hear the traffic of people returning home to start their shortened work week behind me on Highway 18151, otherwise known as Verona Road in Madison. I'd just like to pass along my heartfelt thanks to everyone who served in the military, especially those who died here on Memorial Day. It's an issue that's very near and dear to my heart for a couple of reasons, actually. Number one, I served in the United States Army from 1985 to 1988 as a combat medic in the 6th Battalion, 3rd Air Defense Artillery, stationed at Fort Bliss, Texas, and then Kaiserslautern, Germany. I had a number of people that served with me who were veterans of Vietnam, some older NCOs, who were clearly affected by it, some more than others, but I'll never forget the night that one of my platoon sergeants woke up in the middle of the night. We were in the desert outside Fort Bliss, El Paso, Texas. Woke up thinking he was back in Nam. He had his helmet on backwards, which is kind of strange, but jumped up. You know, he didn't have any live ammunition in his weapon, but was pointing it at people and threatening people as if he were in Vietnam. A very difficult situation. We got him calmed down and remembered where he was and what he was doing. So I've seen, at least firsthand in that regard, as well as some other people in my life, people that have been really negatively affected by their time in the service and not consoled by the fact that what they were doing was just or patriotic. The Vietnam War was a mess. Other wars that we've been involved in since then have been messes and not really patriotic, not really for defense, not constitutional. Anywhere from Vietnam, the Korean War, which was never actually declared, Vietnam, Grenada, Iraq 1 and 2, Afghanistan, and now we've been involved in Syria and other places. It's just sad that we're dishonoring the willingness that people have to make that sacrifice for their country and for their loved ones and for their neighbors by sending them places that and into conflicts that don't really matter in the same way that maybe older conflicts like World War I and World War II did, in the sense of preserving our civilization and defending our nation. It's sad. I'm actually a lot more angry about it than I'm putting on right now. I try to remain calm about this, but every time I think about the people in my life who've offered that sacrifice, gone off and served, left family and friends behind, jobs behind, none of whom have died, thank God, but who certainly could have, it really gets me angry. And today, in looking for signatures for our nomination papers over in Monona, I had the occasion to drive down Atwood, which turns into Monona Drive, and to see the massive display of miniature graves that the Veterans for Peace puts up every year. And it lists, demonstrates how many people, how many American soldiers have died, unbelievably, just in the last few conflicts, Iraq, Afghanistan, etc. It's sick. It is a sickness. We get led to believe that what we're doing is patriotic, that we're paying taxes to supply a military that goes overseas and protects our freedom or spreads democracy or some crap like that, when it's simply not true. The politicians are complicit. They help tell the lies. The media helps tell the lies, when in fact anybody that's looking really hard at it can see that there's no patriotic reason, no reason for defense of our country. Otherwise, why wouldn't they put it in front of Congress and let them vote on it and be held accountable for that decision? But they don't. So, thank you to everyone who served and offered their lives. Thank you to the families of those who've given their lives. But really, really sucks and is sad the amount of people that have. I wouldn't say for nothing, because the gesture is important. The idea that we're willing to fight for each other is very, very important. The things that we fought against, though, I'm not too convinced about. And that's only one part of my little video tonight. The other part is I want to show you, or tell you a little bit about who served for my family. First of all, my grandfather, Philip Anderson, this is, I don't think you can see it very well, a copy of his enlistment record. He served in the Army Corps of Engineers in World War I. As a matter of fact, he died with full military honors, and here is the flag that was over his grave when he passed away. I'm very honored to be in possession of this as the oldest son of my father. I'm very proud of it, and very proud of the fact that so many people in my family have served as well. Like I said before, nobody has died directly from their service in the military, but certainly everyone has offered to make that sacrifice. From my grandfather, my father volunteered in World War II. My Uncle Phil flew fighter planes off of carriers in the Pacific in World War II. My stepfather served in the Korean War. My Uncle Sonny in the Vietnam War. My brother-in-law Tom in the Vietnam War. My cousin Jim served after the Vietnam War. Myself, of course. My brother Mark served in the Army in the 1980s. My brother-in-law Tony served in the active duty and then in the reserves for a long time. My wife's cousin Alex, who we're very close to, just recently left the Marine Corps to rejoin his family in Minneapolis. And I'm probably forgetting some people too. Forgive me if you're watching and I've forgotten somebody, but I know what I'm talking about when it means to offer that sacrifice, to know that you're in the service and that there's a possibility that you might get sent somewhere, to risk your life. It's a very noble thing to do, but as your senator, I swear to you that I'll do everything I can to prevent our soldiers, our men and women, our loved ones, our neighbors, our friends, our co-workers, from being sent places for stupid, selfish, pseudo-patriotic reasons, possibly sacrificing their lives, certainly sacrificing their freedom and their time with their family, friends, loved ones, etc., the time that they could be spending watching their kids grow up. It's heartbreaking. So anyway, that's enough for today. As your senator, I'll fight for that. What we do as a country is wrong. And I don't think that anybody who looks at it squarely and makes an honest decision about it would agree, of any party, would agree that they want to be represented by people in Washington who are willing to send us overseas to kill people, maim people, to take innocent lives, along with some guilty ones, as well as sacrifice our own innocent lives and the livelihoods of people and people's parents and people's brothers and sisters and husbands and wives, etc. That's just terribly, terribly wrong, and it's time for it to end. And I swear to you, as your senator, I will do everything in my power, every second of every day, to end our needless, unconstitutional, immoral wars. Thank you, and I hope you've had a pleasant weekend. Thanks.